come his opportunity to start his fourth test today. AJ Fenter his 16th, and the big hard man who is just relishing being back in this squad. Kobus Visagie playing his 30th test along with Kempson his 34th. So we're just waiting now for the official minute silence, which will be for victims of violence. Neil Ward, a sports agent here in Port Elizabeth, was senselessly lost his life 2 weeks ago in Cape Town, and he will be remembered by all sport-loving persons. Well, you might just have heard that, but the lovely Claire Johnson will be singing the national anthems of Argentina and South Africa.
Sean eternos los laureles que supimos conseguir, que supimos conseguir, coronados de gloria vivamos, juremos con gloria morir. Juremos con gloria morir, juremos con gloria morir.
So the festivities are over and we're about to go into action. The Springboks have never lost against Argentina. A proud record they've got. But one needs to bear in mind as well, Garth, interestingly, that 7 of the teams starting today's lineup for Argentina play their rugby in France. And that's a tough school.
That's a tough school. They learn their rugby well. They've had fantastic results of the last 2 or 3 years. Bernard just jumps to mind, that did extremely well. Berger is also extremely good rugby side there, so they can have a good schooling. It's going to be an outstanding classic today.
Well, Nigel Williams is pretty new to the refereeing scene as a professional. It's just a year ago when he refereed his first game, New Zealand against Italy. What a big day for Gabani Bobo. All those former Rondebosch High School pupils down in Cape Town, I'm sure, will be relishing watching the young man today.
Stay behind.
And of course, Louis Kuhn in place at fly half of the ill Andre Pretorius. And I'm pretty sure that the first pattern is going to, the first 10 minutes is going to show us the type of rugby that Argentina are going to play, depending on how much ball they get. But I'm pretty sure that they're going to look to work it up with the forwards, like we saw on Wednesday, Garth, and was very effective for them.
Well, those early exchanges are important. Donny Katsewi's first throw in, he'd want this ball probably close to the middle, secure the ball and drive it up against the Pumas.
Well, Victor Matfield, of course, who's the target and catches, is a wonderful line-out exponent. South Africa have got to stay on their feet for as long as possible in those mauls as well. That's one thing that Argentina have done well in the past. Well, we're going to maybe see a bit of this today, and I know that South Africa might be worried a little bit about penalties, but Argentina are going to have to do very much the same, because Nigel Williams, he's a Northern Hemisphere referee, and he's not going to have any nonsense on the ground. Argentina perhaps, maybe they don't know enough about Louis Kuhn, because he doesn't miss them from here.
That's one of the things just prior to the kick, quickly, Gavin, is that they were very good on the ground on Wednesday, and be very important for South Africa, the numbers at the breakdown point.
Corner Cricker's got a big role to play in that respect. Only the son really to worry about. For the rest, Louis Kuhn is just going to go through the regular motions. And South Africa are on the board. Well, Deadeye Dick, he's got to be called, because he's just having an absolutely wonderful season. Bearing in mind he wasn't going to start this test. Andre Pretorius was going to, but then cried off with a head cold. Visagie and Matfield in tandem. Straight into the sun from Quesada, tapped down by Matfield. Was he pushed though? Referee says no.
Release it!
Springboks have held on to it. Kuhn at scrum half. And then over the top it goes. Bit of work for Argentina now. There's a big thumping tackle that can really set a team alight as well. Quesada tried the little kick through, picked up by Kempson. Davidson kicking into space. That's clever play by Craig Davidson. And not too much that Hernandez could do, but pump that out.
You can see very difficult that ball to field in the sun. This is good work by South Africa to secure it anyway under that sort of pressure.
So second opportunity now for Donny Coetzee with a throw in. Matfield in the middle, but to the back it goes to Wannenberg. Davids looks to take it up. He'll bring a hard edge as well to this pack of forwards. Peter Rousseau. today up against Jose Maria Piosek, who had a short run on Wednesday as well. Well, there's some worry about the ball on the ground, as you spoke about, Garth. South Africa really have to make sure that they keep their possession secured. I mentioned it a little earlier. I think staying on their feet, absolutely critical.
It's absolutely critical. In the tackle situation, stay on your feet, wait for the support to get to you. When the numbers are there, then go down and the ball be rucked out.
There's been a lot spoken about tackling as well today, and that huge tackle we saw just now could be the spark for the Springboks. Davidson takes it out from a difficult situation. South Africa were not rucking over that ball, but they've still got possession. Kun just probing for space, didn't get the kind bounce. Well, as that drifted in field. That's good play by Davidson. Rousseau now. It's maybe gone a little too far. No, it's outside the 22. And Argentina in a bit of trouble here. Hernandez trying to carry it up.
Hands up, breakfast!
Argentina did well. They got numbers to the point of breakdown.
No problem.
Piosek not happy. He throws his hands out to the side. Hernandez.
Gap, please.
Well, obstruction play by the Pumas. Not seen by the referee.
Well, this time South Africa lose the possession, but there was a knock-on from the Pumas.
Here, guys. Here we are. Give us out to the line.
Tony could see it. Matfield just didn't get two hands to it. Well, that was Vandenberg that went for it. Both got scrum caps on. That's Victor Matfield.
The Argentine do not have a very tall pack, one must say. There you can have a look at the difference in the pack weights. It's substantial, that. At international level, South Africa have a definite advantage.
Engage. No. Let me come and see. I'll come and see. Hey.
Rob Kempson on the near side against Reggiardo.
Engage. Binding slipped, scrum went down.
It's Cobus Versaki that's penalised for losing his binding. That ensured that the scrum collapsed.
Not a nice platform there, obviously. Pressure, it's on the other side. Cobus Versaki on the tight head side. Referee had moved around.
Well, Argentina looking to try and mix it up a little as well. No knock-ons in that line out. Well, the ball did bob around a little bit. So it's good rucking by Argentina. Casado with the high kick into the sun. Very brave take that at the back by Van der Westhuizen. We've seen it, saw it against Scotland as well. Now South Africa look to open it up a little. Stefan ter Blanche eventually just popping it out. Wasn't a lot he could do. It ended up being a 2-on-2 situation.
Jaco van der Westhuizen, perfect copybook fullback play. Look at that, up in the air, eyes on the ball, brought his knee up slightly just to protect himself. World-class play, Jaco van der Westhuizen.
South Africa with the tap down in the line out. Good work by Corne Krige.
Hands off, ruck form.
Lots of time there for Louis Kun. Tight against Diego Albanese. He's playing his 50th test match today for the Pumas. That's him going up for it.
Back foot.
This time Stefan ter Blanche. And that's got through under the foot of the man over there. So quick throw in, but he'd actually touched it. It's a South African throw in at the line out.
It was Mario Ledesma, I think, that tried to use his foot. Let's have a look. Stefan de Blanche. Lady Luck smiles upon him as Ledesma's soccer skills lets him down somewhat.
An unusual sight from South America. They've all played a little bit of football in their time, I'm sure. Great work by Matt Field. Taken up on AJ Fenter. His first real touch of the ball. South Africa just keeping it tight. Boba. That's the crucial thing, staying on your feet there. And then Argentina coming away with it. This is where they can be very dangerous. They've got such good ball skills. And it's a chase now for Stefan de Blanche, but the touchline wins. So again, good work leading up to that, Garth, but you know, losing possession, and you can see what Argentina can do with it.
Well, certainly an unforced error. South Africa had the ball. Louis Kuhn took his eye off of it, and that's how quickly they can pounce on it, the Pumas. Electrifying. Look at this little kick under pressure. A super play by Philippe Conte-Pomi.
Well, they'll be looking to forage at the back as well if they don't get a lot of possession. This is Rolando Martin. Argentina clean up very, very nicely. This is the man Ledesma, that the hooker. Back from Miranda. Not great ball this for Argentina.
Hands up! That was blatant. They showed it hands off. He proceeded on the floor to scoop it back. If it happens again, it'll be yellow.
Well, I think it was Kobus Visagie that was penalised, and the referee has made it clear that if it happens again, there's going to be a card shown. It's amazing, you sit and think about this test match before it actually starts, Garth, and you think about this guy, Casada, you think about Louis Kuhn on the other side, the sort of penalty goals that these guys have been kicking this season from all angles with fantastic consistency, high percentage rate, success rate. There are wonderful conditions today for the ball to flow as well. Well, this one he's missed. Last week he kicked the Argentina victory against France, but today just missing what for him would have been a relatively easy kick. Louis Kuhn's coming to this side of the field here just to, because of the difficulties with the sun as well, and to keep it a little tighter against the right-hand touchline. Bearing in mind that Casada would like to kick open side if he's kicking for the touch.
Up we get from the kick, scrum down, green ball. Up. Crouch and hold.
Well, that's a difficult catch into the sun. You can see his eyes all screwed up. Again, perfectly executed by Jaco van der West. And just look at the shadows falling across. That's directly into the sun.
Use it, use it.
South Africa forced to use it as Wannenberg does well. Just gets it those crucial 3 or 4 meters from the scrum. And then Louis Kuhn just probing for space. South Africa want territorial domination, and I think it'll do a lot for their confidence as well. We just saw a little bit earlier, you know, when that ball was kicked through by Stefan de Blanche, looking to run in his 22. You can see the adventure in the player, but sometimes maybe just lacking a little bit in confidence. Charge down. Davidson's got a chance. He's going to pass inside. Donny Coetzee's got the try.
Donny Coetzee. Happiness from Davidson, and the smiles and the claps all around. It was a wonderful charge down by the scrum off, in line with the back line of feet, not in offside position. Perfect charge down. You can see the referee play on. Davidson read it well. 2 dummies, then inside to Donny Coetzee. Lovely support play from him. Nicholas Miranda, big mistake from him. Didn't step far enough back to get the space. Davidson was onto that ball in a flash. What a great try, South Africa.
Beautifully read that by Davidson as well, as you said, Garth, with those 2 dummies, and just kept them at bay as well. It's another one from Kuhn, straight from the touchline. The angle that Davidson came in as well, amply helped there by Donny Coetzee. And just look at the lovely support there as well. Coetzee, well, I tell you what, he got a sniff of the line and no one was going to stop him powering over. Again, Quesada up into the sun. Another big jump by Victor Matfield.
Go back.
And I think these first 20-odd minutes of the first half are really working in South Africa's favour. Just doing so much right, doing the basics right, importantly as well. And they're getting points for it. Davidson. Kuhn down the line it goes. Bobo probing, almost through. Looking for the outside gap. I think South Africa are going to get a penalty here.
There. Foul play report, skipper. Five blue. No, I didn't. Okay. Green's driving forward. Ball goes to ground. 5 uses the boot unnecessarily on the body of a green player. Number 5, blue, careless use of the boot. Correct. Okay. Recommendation? I recommend a yellow card. Yellow card, 5 blue. And the penalty is where? Yeah. Number 5.
Oh, that's Rimas Alvarez, the 28-year-old.
Touch judge report, careless use of the boot. That's 10 minutes. Yep.
Well, the usual surprised look we get, of course, from the man that's dispatched to the bin. And that's a blow for the Argentine, who right now are just holding on a little bit. Now those 10 points down. They haven't really looked like endangering South Africa's goal line. And of course, Gonzalo Quesada missed that kick at goal. But South Africa keeping their discipline. That's important. There have been questions asked about that in recent times.
Absolutely, and this needs discipline even on attack, not only on defence. They need to hold that ball up, secure the base, go forward.
Stay back foot.
Well, they get enough go forward. A little bit delayed there for Davidson. South Africa looking to bring Stefan de Blanche in.
Hands off, ruck form.
Problem is that not enough green jerseys got to the point of breakdown quickly enough. Still, South Africa have held on to it. Fenter onto Quinton Davids. This is Pedri Wannenberg. Good pass by him. Coetzee's got a few men around him. Looked to probe first. It wasn't easy to get it out.
Stay.
Who's at scrum off? Davidson eventually gets back there. Rousseau inside to Quinton Davids.
No, you went.
Davids, it was that was penalised. This is where Argentina can be dangerous.
Advantage, not 10 metres. Not 10
Takes
metres.
extra players.
Not 10.
Well, that's the first real lack of discipline by South Africa, if we could call it that, because there's often a tactic involved in that. So what do Argentina do? No doubt probably kick downfield and try and use the advantage that they sought with the kickoff, with the toss of the coin rather.
I've just looked into their captains as well. We've got too many guys on the deck attacking from both teams. Okay?
Just have a look at Davids. He drives up onto his knees. Correct penalty called by Mr. Williams.
It's a better line out by Argentina. Ball used at the back. They're going to find a lot of competition from the Springboks in the line outs, that's for certain.
Yeah, White. He's off. White lost control of it. Trainer.
That's good to
Time
see.
out.
Corner cricket, just a little tap on the back, so don't worry, chap. You know, these are mistakes that are made from time to time. Just keeps them going. That's where he's so good as a captain.
If you arrive, I need stationary lines, then I can give you a gap. Okay? Skipper, in the line out, if you're choosing to walk in and throw it in immediately, you're not giving me any chance to sort out the gap for you. Okay?
Well, they're going to be hard pressed to the line out with Alvarez on in the bin at the moment, of course. And try and eat up some of the time. Well, they really are jam-packed in to the stadium, particularly on the open side. That's the main grandstand.
Engage. Middle. Yeah, okay. That just tells me both bindings slipped. Let's keep it up, please. Crouch. Engage.
Referee just keeping an eye on Grau and Kobus Vasaki. Well, that was perfect ball that for Louis Kuhn to launch a perfect kick downfield.
Technically, you couldn't get better than that. It was a wonderful right shoulder. Perfect time for Craig Davidson.
Advantage.
Things just a little sloppy in that line out.
Calm down. Scrum. Blue ball.
There's a little bit of chattering going on in those two scrums there as well. Just a short hold up. It looks like Donny could see her down there with a bit of blood on the bridge of his nose.
That's me again, Dave.
Well, Garth, I mean, we've gone through the first quarter now. South Africa might be saying at this point in time, mission relatively accomplished.
Mission accomplished. They're up against 14 players. They want to be a little bit more controlled with the ball. They need to get a little bit more ball in hand, a little bit more control, and they should go put points on the board when they're up against 14 players. And it's essential that they actually drive through right now.
Well, there have been a lot of stoppages since Alvarez has left the field.
And there's a clash of heads. Donny could see and one of the Puma players.
Crouch. Hold. Straight in.
So free kick to South Africa. Davidson will tap and go. Thought there might just have been a launch, but it's AJ Fenter that's asked to take it up. I'm sure he's going to have a few of those today as well. Then Kuhn with a high kick. Just hasn't quite gone deep enough. Hernandez up for it. That was surely a knock-on from the fullback.
Back foot.
Well, play continues. Rolando Martin, perfect shape of that ball. Now they've got a few extra men, yeah. Will they use them? There are a couple of forwards there that weren't able to get it through the hands quick enough, but this is again where they can be dangerous from broken play. Albanese. Ball coming relatively unexpectedly.
Come forward. Gentlemen, after the whistle, please stop.
Just a little bit of frustration there from the captain, Gonzalo Longo.
Yes, I'm watching both teams as well.
Look at that through the legs there from Nicholas Miranda. Lovely play. Quesada going out wide. Just here was the problem. Obviously a lot of confusion amongst them. Falling back, playing behind the advantage line just tells me that the Springboks defence is very good.
Engage.
Lovely ball this for Davidson with a switch to Stefan de Blanche. Nearly got through.
Back.
Kuhn. Again, this time a deep one towards the corner flag. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think that Argentina are particularly enjoying having to turn and go back from those kicks. And I think the mix of play from the Springboks has been right as well. They've kicked when they've needed to kick. They've tried to move it when they've needed to move it, and have only really been undone by those couple of handling errors. Short line out called by Argentina. Not a bad move, considering their secret weapons is off the field in the form of Alvarez.
Stay! Stay! Okay.
So Argentina now looking to try and take it up. It's amazing what a difference it makes if you've just got one man out of that pack of forwards. Really can have a telling effect. So the fly halves dominating things pretty much. Louis Kuhn a little more than Gonzalo Quesada, but that's also because he's getting a lot more possession.
Step out, please.
Faceless Rudolph Straley there. Can't really read anything into it, can we?
Stay!
Davids, opportunity for him. Touch to AJ Fenta. It's the rhythm of the match, just struggling to get going.
No. Too many players from both sides are going to ground. To penalise either or both. Up we get, Green's in possession, green ball. Scrum down.
And that's AJ Fenta. He drives through, he's isolated alone. Not enough support by the South African players. One or two diving over the top, lucky not to have a penalty. Davidson has to jump into the ruck situation and play it himself.
Well, the only consolation for the little scrum half is he's got a midfield scrum, so attacking opportunities, but he's not going to get them.
Binding.
Once again, Cobus Versaghi is penalised. Now, I really think that Cobus Versaghi, rather Corne Krige, has got to try and get this sorted out, because if South Africa are going to give away penalties, as you said, Garth, now's the time to be scoring points, not giving any away, while you're up against 14 men.
I picked it up what Mr. Nigel Williams is saying. He's saying Cobus Versaghi is going in, and he needs to stay straight and square on against Roberto Grau.
Well, again, a good mix-up by Argentina, using the back of the line out once more.
Stay.
Martin.
Hands off.
Look at Nicholas Miranda waiting.
Get on side.
Flat ball for Quesada, then inside to Grau.
Hands off. Balls out.
Quesada back in field. Another good tackle by the Springboks. Behind the advantage line. Argentina don't mind playing their rugby there on occasions. As long as it bears some fruit for them, they can eventually work their way upfield. They sometimes take the long route. This is Hernandez. Loves to run with it. Chip and chase from him.
You didn't touch it.
Bounce favouring the men in blue and white. Oh, Davidson just going right around the ankles. They always fall harder like that. Grau. Allowed to picture one of the Springboks is down, and meanwhile play continues. Miranda, good play by him, some lovely slick handling.
Advantage, blue. Number 4, green.
Quinton Davids was offside.
A fantastic passage of play for the Pumas. The continuity was awesome. They just took the tackles, laid the ball back. The ball back came quickly enough. They worked the blind side exceptionally well. That's Davids in your picture. He did a huge tackle on one of the Puma players. But most importantly, a lovely passage of play for them. The continuity was outstanding.
And of course what goes with that, Garth, is what we often talk about, and that's patience.
This is Corne Krige. He went in on Quesada. Piosek, and that's Davidson going underneath him. That's the up and over. Little chip tackle.
Well, almost the same position as the one that he missed earlier in the match. He'll start it on the right hand upright. Ideally, it'll drift it in a little bit. Lovely strike that from Quesada. So he's eventually got the Pumas on the board.
Here's the play. As the ball comes, Roberto Gra, big tackle from Davids on him. Disappointing for South Africa as Remus Alvarez is back on the field.
So 10 minutes gone then for the big lock forward. South Africa unable to post any points during that period. Our referee says that was off his head. Suddenly the Springboks taken the ball away. Working up as a pack of forwards, or as a unit should I say. Davidson waits and gets Kun. A little bit of space for Louis Kun. They didn't expect that. Then Corne Krecha. But they've taken it away, have Argentina. And now it looks dangerous for them. Over the top it goes. Things got slowed down through some bad passing. Still, they're so good with the ball in hand. Keeping it going. Back to the touch, towards the touchline they work it. The Springboks have got back in enough numbers now. Oh, wonderful play that by the Pumas. They just took the ball up, and look at this. A wonderful try that for Philippe Contepomi.
Well, you've got to take your hat. Quesada, lovely layoff there. Philippe Contepomi, he got a lot of support from the players. Look at the numbers around. Only Stefan de Blanche drives through the middle. Philippe Contepomi gets a great try. But this started right back in their 22-meter. It was outstanding play. We spoke about their continuity. We spoke about the numbers they get to the ball and the passion with which they're playing. What a great try.
It just got to him so quickly. You know, the centre who plies his trade with Bristol in England wasn't held in the tackle, got up and kept going. But before he could even move, he had 3 or 4 guys just helping him along. So watch how fluidly this man kicks the ball as well. Just swings his foot through. Commentator's curse. Not even close.
Well, we're seeing this part of the move. Contepomi does well, but look at Hernandez going in and supporting him as he goes through. But South Africa had that ball right on. Right at the on the 22, they were driving up with the ball, lost it, and the Pumas turned it on them.
That's the thing with a team like this, is that they can so easily just score tries from their own goal line. They play their rugby like that. We haven't seen enough of Jaco van der Westhuizen, and he's also virtually sandwiched there by the Pumas. Bobo, no room for him to move. He's just got to set up the next passage of play. Kun, Marius Jabeur, we've seen very little of him too. He's got a strong handoff. But South Africa need to bridge that early line of defence. Can they do it on this occasion? Van der Westhuizen into the line. That's good to see. South Africa not knocking the ball forward, says the referee.
Disappointment. Peter Rousseau hoping to get some of that ball as it came wide. Bobo passing the ball out. Jaco van der Westhuizen just in the tackle situation. Big tackle there from Australia.
And hold. Right, and hold. Yeah, well, no, you stay.
So the referee's still on the far side, trying to get that scrum organised. Kobus Versaki and Roberto Grau. Taken back in field. They don't mind which way they pass it. Here comes Rolando Martin. And now just watch this. Here's another chance. The Pumas are going to score again. This will be Piosek.
Well, Jose Piosek, we saw him on Wednesday when he came on for a few minutes. Very, very quick. Look at the handling of the Pumas. Martin with the ball, running like a back. Super stuff on the inside from Australia. And of course, Piosek finishes it. Nicholas Miranda did extremely well, working the blind side on the open side, working it inside Martin. Look at those loose forwards. Australia rides the tackle, lobs it on the inside. Superb rugby.
I think what we've seen from them quite often as well on this tour, Garth, has been their ability to support on both sides of the ball carrier. Just gives you different options as well. And you know as well as I do, the inside pass, changing direction is such a valuable tool that's underused. Success for Quesada. And, well, the Argentine in the lead. And this was the finishing touches. A brilliant effort, this. Piosek can't conceal his delight. And he says, that's for my country. So the early 10-0 lead has now changed. And the Argentine very much in this match right now. Bobo at fly half. Down the line, Hubert looking to come in field. South Africa mustn't get ruffled, but they also can't afford to turn over possession like that. Ball going down the middle of the field. Peter Rousseau back for it. To Donnie Kutsia. South Africa needed a kicker to have taken that pass. They've got one now in the form of Louis Kuhn. The crowd are not very happy with the fact that he kicked it. But again, you know, I think South Africa have got to understand they've got to play the right rugby at the right times. That's not necessarily a ball to start running around with. They need to settle themselves again and get points on the board.
Well, Rudolph Straley, they call him Poker Face for very good reason. Doesn't show much of his emotions. Just while things are settling down, I think probably you're correct with saying that Louis Kuhn needs to just settle things down. South Africa had control of this game. They've given it over to the Pumas out of just rushing things along.
Yeah, and making mistakes. Now, this is the reason why, is that there was a feeling there was going to be a strong overlap there for South Africa. There was a man in the bottom right of picture coming across. But the element of surprise one's got to use at times as well against a team like Argentina. This time not a great kick there from Gonzalo Quesada, but that's good to see as well, that the Springboks have got to put pressure on the halfback. You can see that Argentina are leading both possession and territory stakes, although the early part of the game it was not the case. Wannenberg used in the line out. David standing off, but he's lost it forward. Now this is again where they can be dangerous. South Africa must play to the whistle.
Let's come forward there, but the first offence is knocked forward here by Green. Scrum down, blue ball.
Oh, Quinton Davids. That's an unforced error.
Now the big fellows have got to protect the ball, because the little fellows, when they're going to tackle, they make sure they knock the ball out of your hand if they can't bring you down easily enough.
Use it! Get away!
Picked up at the back by Longo, the captain for Argentine.
Sealing the ball!
Now I just see who this is against. With Quinton Davids in picture. I'm not sure that he was the culprit. The referee said that the ball was sealed off. Quesada safely into touch, and we've just got a couple of minutes left of this first half. South Africa need to get some points in these last 3 or 4 minutes.
Play on, says Mr. Williams. Longo, who drove it up on the inside, set it up. Let's keep an eye on it. I've got a feeling it's Matfield that he, in the end, penalised.
Not straight, guys. Skipper, what would you like?
Well, one of the rare mistakes we've seen from Argentina, not throwing that ball in straight.
No, and hold. Engage.
Good to see Jaco van der Westhuizen as another picture coming into the blindside position. South Africa want to try and take it up as well,
Release it.
but they've got to be a little bit more unified.
In the side. You didn't come in the back. In the side. You must come in through the gate, skipper, not to the side.
A lot of people saying, well, South Africa, just run the ball at them and things will happen for you.
Well, it's a big scrum from the Pumas, putting the Springboks on their back feet. One of them actually did extremely well just to slip the tackle and get around into an advantage situation.
I'd like to see a few more Springbok right on Wannenberg's tail there. They seem to have just been maybe a yard off the pace.
And the reason for that, Gavin, they're going to back scrums.
Well, unfortunately, as we quite often do, a few problems with the feed coming down from South Africa, but at the moment, with a couple of minutes to go till half-time, Argentina have turned round a 10-point deficit to lead by 15 points to 10, and it was quite a comeback, wasn't it, Dowie?
They did, and we just chatted before how games turn, because, you know, South Africa had all the pressure, they got the 10 points up, and all of a sudden Louis Kuhn goes through for a break, Corner Krieger drops the ball underneath the post, and the Argentinians, as we know, up the pitch and scored a fantastic try.
And they certainly look like a side full of confidence at the moment, don't they?
Absolutely. I think they sort of remind one of the French. They can score from anything, from anywhere, and that first and second try were just two amazing efforts.
OK, we've got pictures back, so whilst we do, we'll enjoy the last minute of the first half and we'll talk again at half-time.
He's done a damn good job with it, I tell you what. 8 metres out from the Springbok goal line.
That's an exceptional kick. Well, they went over Robbie Kempson with a couple of pairs of boots. Besides getting a warning for a yellow card, I think he's going to have a few bruises on his body.
To the back from Ledesma, but South Africa have pinched it. Absolutely vital possession for them.
Get away. Hands off, ruck form. Refusal to leave go and get away, guys.
Captain Gonzalo Longo playing the ball on the ground. I said earlier on, they're masters of the ball on the ground. Gavin, if you don't keep it up in the air, they're going to steal it from you.
Captain who plays for Narbonne in France. Ball tapped in field, but it went forward.
Come forward.
Well, there's a couple of volleyball players in the Argentina team as well.
Yes, let's go straight. Don't come out and go in. Crouch.
Kunis Fasaki and Roberta Grau just not very comfortable.
Crouch and hold. Engage. No. Oh, no, wait. On the far side. Please, be quiet. Be quiet.
I think we're close to a punch-up here, Garth, to be honest with you. I think a few tempers are getting quite frayed.
Around.
Davidson took quickly. Fenter. Like to see the offload a little bit earlier from guys going into a contact situation at times, appropriate times. Davidson, good recycling, quick possession for the Springboks. Rousseau, pretty flat-footed, but has looked for the momentum from the forwards. Again, the Springboks couldn't tries for the outside gap.
Roll away, tackler!
It's a good variation, but you've got to hold on to possession, and the Springboks have got a penalty. "15 steps there from referee Nigel Williams, but he is quite a short man. The extra 10 metres, so Louis Kuhn is going to hopefully pop this over for the Springboks.
Louis Kuhn running across the field made it so easy for the Pumas just to sack him. Malonga was on his feet when he pulled the ball up, and I can understand why he threw his hands in the air.
Trevor Halstead, looking like he's ready to rock and roll. Third kick at goal for Louis Kuhn. Doesn't change his routine at all. And doesn't need to. So there we have it then, the half-time whistle from the referee, Nigel Williams. And the Springboks, well, you know, Garth, quickly got to summarise that first half, but we've got to say that the Springboks started well. They just did so much good work and then undid it by giving away those 2 tries in quick succession to the Pumas. So just the 1 try then from the Springboks to Dani Kutsia to start off things, and then Kontapomi and Piosek adding 2 tries for the Pumas as we move towards the end of that first half. That's
So Argentina edging it at half-time in Port Elizabeth, and a reminder that July and August are dominated by the Tri-Nations here on Sky Sports. Before the Tri-Nations, against Argentina, a side that have beaten France twice in consecutive weeks, they lead the way by 15 points to 13. The visitors going for their first ever win against the Rainbow Nation. We rejoin our commentators, who are Garth Wright and Gavin Cowley.
Springboks are all out on the field at the moment, and we're still waiting for Argentina. Just wondering as well, Garth, whether we're going to see any changes at half-time. So there is one replacement, certainly Argentinian side, with Bonorino on for Reggiardo, who is the tight head prop forward. And if you consider that Reggiardo played last weekend, he played on Wednesday and today. So he's done his bit, I would imagine, for his country. And Santiago Bonorino had a little run as well against South Africa in Wellington on Wednesday. So Marcelo Lofredo, the coach, has really mixed things up a little bit and made sure that all of his players are razor sharp. Well, right now, I'm sure that he's got a big smile on his face, leading the Springboks at half-time. South Africa scoring early in the match and then late in the first half. So, second half, let's hope we have a good second half for South Africa. David's up for it, eventually taken by AJ Fenter.
Drag him down.
Dangerous situations that. Quinton David's going up for it and being pulled down while he was in the air. Just have a look at this now. There you could see it was Rimas Alvarez that pulled him down. No left footer in the Springbok camp to be able to kick it down that touchline with a better angle.
10 meters.
Tap down from Davids was not a great one for Davidson. Better recovery that from the Springboks. Kun over the top, but it hasn't gone far enough.
All onside. Let's tidy it up a bit. Formed around blue ball. Up he gets, please.
Well, he's had his say at half-time. It's now over to the players.
No, you don't keep going across. I'm happy. Crouch.
We'll
Hold.
have a better view in this second half of the tussle there with Visagie and Roberta Grau.
Use it. Use it.
Longo required to use it, and the Springboks have done well.
He was on his feet.
I suppose the question, yeah, Garth, is this within Louis Kuhn's range?
Well, it's on the coast, but certainly is. Not that he's going for bowls, though.
Oh, he's got it out into the tour, just on the 22.
That was a much better scrum from South Africa. They got the Pumas going backwards, they put the pressure on Longo and got the penalty. Credit to the tight five of South Africa.
Yeah, and maybe Cobus Visagie's overcome the problems that he's had at tight head.
Hey! No!
Springboks more unified.
That's turnover ball. Taken in the maul.
The concern here for South Africa is when you get that maul situation, you've got to get the ball to the last player in the maul, then you drive forward. Don't let the ball be in the front. When you drive, you go down, you're going to lose it.
And that bears out your earlier point as well about staying on your feet.
Stay there. Engage. Stay.
Pumas working a little move around the scrum. Happy to take it up with a hand. Martin. And then Australia. Argentina doing well to offload before making contact. It just helps the continuity so much.
Advantage, straight in the side, green.
Taken up by Rolando Martin.
Houston, don't... Hey, hey. Yes. I will be the... There. Let's just get apart here, please, guys. Let's move apart. Yes, I'm coming. Okay. Let's move apart.
That's what I like about Contoponi. He's staying on his feet. He's waiting for his support that comes. Nice and relaxed. They drive it forward. And we need to see who's coming in from the side. I think it was Donny Kutsia.
Number 2 here, I tackle.
Okay.
You play advantage.
Okay.
I think it's another penalty
It
here
is,
forward. Yeah,
yes.
just talk to the number two.
Number two.
No problem.
Number 2. Maul formed. There's a dangerously high tackle in that maul. Please keep your tackle down, okay? We go for the second penalty. I didn't see the incident. I've gone on a recommendation for my touch judge.
Well, Nigel Williams pretty much in control with the support of Joel Dumais from France. He's a touch judge on the near side.
Yes, I can only go on the recommendation for my touch judge.
And Quesada kicking it into the shadows. A better place to play a rugby. Remembering that Argentina are into the sun.
It certainly wasn't high, but it was from the side.
Ledesma, the dummy, was to go to the back. That was beautifully fed down from the line out. Again, getting their numbers are Argentina. Albanese hasn't had many opportunities. Quick stepper, one of the shortest men on the field. Quesada into a bit of space, looks for support.
Away, green. Stay back.
Again, we see the dangers of the men from South America with the ball in hand.
Release it. He was the tackler. Entitled to play it. Holding on.
Well, the problem there for the Pumas is they got themselves isolated and just held on. I'll tell you what, Nigel Williams doesn't allow you to hang on to that ball for very long, and quite rightly so. That's Ignacio Loba, the other lock forward. I've seen a few occasions today where he's had the magic spray on him. Looks like a knock on the old shins there. Get a nice kick from Louis Kuhn. Doing the basics right, but somehow South Africa have got to find some momentum and better go forward ball.
This is really good play by Albanese. Twinkle toes as he came on the inside 2 or 3 times. Just not enough numbers there for the Pumas.
That's good, clean ball at the line out, and AJ Fenter going at full speed as well. Inside it goes. That's better play by the Springboks. Offloading before they take the knock. Kuhn, switch inside to Blanche. South Africa with a chance. Jaco van der Westhuizen couldn't offload from there. South Africa must show patience here. Quinton Davids. Good work by Craig Davidson. Kuhn in at scrum half. Down the line then. Taken in by Corne Krige. Well, that's surely got to be a penalty. Well, the referee says no. It's Behoeften to touch, so the Springboks will have the throw in at the line out.
Number 4. Number 4. We'll wait for him to leave the field. Guys, we're not keeping there.
That's Patricia Albasetti, who's on the field.
That's we're not going. We've got the guy in the middle of the field.
And well, it's Ignacio Lobe that's cried off. Seemingly with that shin problem. Just waiting for him to leave the field, so an unhappy ending for the big lock forward. Change of direction to the front this time. Secure possession. The Springboks staying on their feet. Now the ball's at the back of that ruck as a maul, rather, as Garth Wright was talking about just now. Easier to work it up from there, better to control it, better to stay on your feet as well. From Davidson. Kuhn, the little chip kick from him. Was it a wise one? Nope, it wasn't. Hernandez. High tackle from the Springboks. Well, the referee hasn't counted that high tackle, so the Springboks with a chance, although Argentina have it in hand. Now it pops out on the green side. Oh, just all a little bit sloppy there.
They fail to amaze me how the Pumas, if a ball's on the ground, they get a pair of hands to it immediately. There's never a green hand on that ball. It's always going to be a Puma's hand. As that ball's worked out, Kuhn, a poor decision. It should have been a mark. He marks it, takes the quick tap. Hernandez does, and a little bit throwing caution to the wind, I'd say, Gavin.
I'd like to see if he is going to launch those kicks, kick them deep for Stefan de Blanche. You know his ability in the air. That was probably the intention. But with de Blanche standing wide. At the back, it's Longo.
We've got them all. Hands off, ruck form.
Miranda waits. Straight into the sun. This is not an easy position. Casada.
Not offside, scrum off, hands off.
Well, cool customer, the Puma number 10.
Your hands were off.
Just doesn't ever get ruffled. Well, the lineouts have certainly improved for Argentina as the game has progressed. They didn't start well. Springboks have had a reasonably good day in that department. Change of direction, and the Springboks move it out. Van der Westhuizen's in, and so is Stefan de Blanche.
Straight the ground. Calm down, no. Captain! We've had a number of penalties at the end of the first half against your players in the tackle. We started the second half in the same way. If it continues, we will have further yellow cards for repeated infringements. Please tell them to stay on their feet. Post.
Yeah, well, it's what we spoke about earlier, and Louis Kuhn is going to look to get the Springboks back into the lead.
Well, the Springboks just running across the field, everyone at an angle, makes it so easy for the Pumas just to drift across in drift defence and put Stefan de Blanche under a lot of pressure. Just keep an eye. There we go. Alvarez goes straight down, and he's obviously going in from the side. Penalty, and Mr. Nigel Williams has called it very well.
Well, straight through the middle by Louis Kuhn, and it's taken 11 minutes to get the first points of the second half. It's been a seesaw tussle there, but Kuhn just showing that he's not going to miss too many today. And the Springboks have made the change with Richard Bands coming on for Kobus Visagie. Big strong man is Richard Bands. One of the successful players, of course, in the Blue Bulls team in the Super 12. So a man who's full of confidence. To Blanche, downfield. Davids in the front. Pumas deciding to go right to the back to Captain Longa. I just wonder where that ball is at the moment.
Next time it's steady, we have it out.
Pumas certainly know themselves, and this is the danger that we spoke about. Rolando Martin has it now. Longa. Get the momentum going without going to ground. Quesada, that's not a good kick from him. Big competition up in the air.
Get away, Green!
Did it go forward from a Green hand? Doesn't matter because Green will be penalised.
Preventing quick release.
Speaking about how the Pumas contest that up and under, they always get one or two players just to touch the ball. They don't actually go to try and catch it. They just try and get the hand in the way, make it very difficult for the Springboks to secure. And Maurice Joubert at the bottom of that ruck got a hand to it.
Now he could virtually close his eyes, Gonzalo Quesada, from this position. No problem for him. So the Pumas now back in the lead, and this is a really tight game. We've only had 15 minutes in the second half, and it really is that one wonders just how things are going to go in the last 20, because South Africa really need to start pumping it right now, but they've got to get better possession, and the tight scrums in particular, and the ball on the ground that Garth Wright spoke about needs some attention.
Not coming. It's come forward from blue, scrum down, green ball.
Let's have a look at the scrum as well, Garth, with Richard Bands now up against Grau.
Where now, crouch and hold.
Well, Pedri Wannenberg recovered very quickly. Couldn't standing at fly half. Thought about kicking. Now it's been charged down.
No. It was knocked on here by Blue scrum half. But to go for the ball, okay?
Well, as the ball comes back, Kun is under extreme pressure. He's under pressure because that wasn't a good scrum from South Africa.
No, I'm going to say...
He's in two minds. He takes the worst of the two options and gets charged down.
Stay on, down flanker.
Well, again, it's the Springboks making a mess from the tight scrum.
We get blue ball.
The Springboks are trying to play against the wheel of the scrum, Gavin. They have to play with the wheel of the scrum. That's their tight is going forward. He's putting Pedri Wannenberg under extreme pressure. Pedri must pick it up and play it to his tight head side, which is the way that the scrum is tilting.
Yeah, looking to go right as opposed to going left.
You, sir, straight in.
Oh, Richard Bands is also carrying on Kobus Vasaki's complaints about illegal scrumming. Davids does well. The rhythm not quite there for the Springboks, I must say. To Blanche, chip and chase from him. That's not going to go anywhere. Here comes the counter-attack. Downfield. Now this is a long race. This for Davidson. We've seen him do this on many occasions. Beautiful pickup, but he's scragged. There's not much more he could have done. Quick throw in by the Pumas. Very sleight of hand were they on that occasion. Springboks attacking, and now they're under all sorts of trouble. But here comes Gabani Bobo. Some nice skills from him, and just the bounce not favouring him. We just haven't seen enough of the good ball players in the Springbok team today.
Time out.
The quality of the play of the Pumas there, just not taking the tackle. Bobo clearing up. A little chip over the top, possibly should have just hammered it downfield, taken the pressure off his team. Australia.
Again, you know, Garth, correct decision probably, as you suggested, to maybe hoof it downfield and then have someone, you know, but you've got to have people chasing it as well. There hasn't been enough pressure placed on the Argentines behind the advantage line. Well, this is Selborne Boom coming on for his Western Province teammate, Quinton Davids. Oh, another problem there as well for Lucas Australia. Out comes the magic spray again. Well, that's all happening on the far side of the field. Referee Nigel Williams says, come on, the rest of you, let's get on with this game.
We have to carry on. He's had the minute. If he needs any more, he'll have to go to the touchline. Wait, then wait, he's coming.
Well, now Australia eventually gets to his feet from the far side of the field.
Okay.
Short line out called by the Springboks. Is Selborne Boom the target?
Stay! Get away, leave it come! Hey! Away! Come here. Guys, go away. Skipper, I've warned. There was no attempt on the part of blue players to stay on their feet on that instance, okay? There will be no more.
25 penalties and free kicks in the match. Again, Louis Kuhn not having the nicest of angles with those penalty kicks down this near touchline.
Well, that maul was outstanding, and again the Pumas on the ground, slow the ball up, gets hands to it, coming in from the side. And Mr. Nigel Williams, I believe, will be stretching for a yellow card soon.
Stay! Stay!
Good security from Selborne Boom in the line-out. Now asks for some reinforcements. Springboks somewhat outnumbered. Help coming there from Richard Bands. Good work by, good marshalling as well by Selborne Boom. He would have played his rugby in France against many of these men. But again, the Springboks on their feet. We say again because there have been limited occasions in this match where they've done it correctly. Davidson hauled in. Well, it's a penalty, and Louis Kuhn surely got to kick it goal. Get the Springboks back into the lead.
That was actually pulling the scum off.
No. They're going to try and get the try, or the Springboks. Positive decision from Kobus Visagie. There'll be a lot of questions asked in Test rugby about that decision.
Craig Davidson's just dragged in.
No taking in the air. No taking in the air.
Boom in the line out. Does it go to him from Kutsia? Very safe again. This time the Springboks not staying on their feet long enough. Question is, where's the ball now? Held up at the back. Davidson. Kuhn running wide, looking for the switch.
Get away, tackler!
Not much room there for the Springboks to work in as they came backwards, but now they've got it again. On to Wattenberg. Argentina offside. No, it wasn't an offside decision. It was collapsing the maul.
Yes, but only one man. The maul had formed. Then once the maul is formed, you cannot collapse it. Only one man.
Quality teams score points in this situation. The Springboks have got to show their qualities now. Again, no competition on Boom. Argentina looking to defend with everything they've got. Snapshot of just now. This time it's Marius Hubert trying to get through. Good defensive organisation by Argentina. Van der Westhuizen. They just lined up across the field of Argentina. Peter Rousseau.
That's okay. Get away, Green. Hands up. Not behind the back foot too.
Albersetti did extremely well in that contact situation.
You're on the wrong side.
Okay. I could only
See the frustration in the Springboks' faces, understandably, on attack.
Argentina having won more turnovers in the second half than South Africa. Well, the second half in particular has been quite frustrating, this for Corne Krige.
Backline running yet again across the field. Maybe use one guy running backwards, try and straighten it up. As that ball's worked wide, Lucky van der Westhuizen scragged.
Well, the big cheer from the crowd is for Bob Skinstad, who's warming up.
Hands up! Hands up!
Kuhn. Look for the inside pass, then try to go himself.
Stay back! Stay back!
Main thing is to protect the ball, of course. Rousseau. Can he bring some magic somewhere along the line? Davidson's done it many times before. Not at this level, though.
Get onside, Green! Get onside!
Donny Kutsia looking for the support. Selborne Boom has done a lot of good work since coming on. Bobo. Again, it's Marius Hubert trying to find the inside gap. A lot of defending now for the Pumas. Matfield. Bobo, sleight of hand, but he's given it away. Now, where does this go to? This is going to be a straight run in here for Contepome, chased by Pedri Wattenberg.
Philippe Contepome, if you want to have a look what I look like, that's me. What a try.
Come to me.
His second try of the match. Is he not as proud as Punch?
Well, there's some controversy now as the linesman's called Mr. Nigel Matthews over. The pop and pass from Bobo was never on. It was always going to be a 50-50. Contepone has gone all the way, but I'm not so sure if it's going to be a try. The linesman and the ref are standing in the middle.
Green 2, blue 5. Penalty.
We can't quite hear what
Recommendations a penalty against.
they are saying. There's a talk about
blue
a penalty. Yep. No try.
I'll tell you in a moment, Skipper. Number 5, please.
Well, I think we're going to see a card here.
Gentlemen, I didn't see the incident. This is a touch judge report. There was an incident after a tackle situation between green 2 and blue 5. The report I have is you were guilty of punching. It's a penalty here against you. Blue 2. Green 2, sorry. You were involved in the incident. Okay, well, I'm just telling the touch judge report. Please leave everything to me to make a decision. Sorry? Skipper, I'm just going on. No, I'm not asking. I'm going on the touch judge report what the recommendation is. Okay, and the recommendation is a penalty against blue 5. Here.
Well, he's got to get on with the game, Nigel Williams. There's too much back-chatting and talking going on right now.
Absolutely, send them 10 metres back. Well, this is where the fight was. Donny Kutsia and Alvarez are wrestling on the ground. Well, it's Corne Krieger. And look at Corne Krieger pointing to his face and to the linesman. There's some serious rucking there from the Springboks. We didn't get the second incident. There were 2 incidents in one ruck.
Well, I was looking for Donny Kutsia there. Couldn't find him. So Springboks getting out of jail then.
No, it's not.
Not much room for Pedri Wattenberg to move in. He'll look to consolidate. Davidson, Kun.
Away tackler.
It's better play that by AJ Fenter with a pick up and drive. Got to get behind the Argentine line of defence. Marius Hubert trying desperately to do so. Is the nut going to crack somewhere along the line? That nut being the Pumas. Down the line it goes, Bobo. Springboks a little too static.
Release it. Hands up.
Well, they've taken it away. And they've got a couple of extra men too. This is Piosek. Getting past a couple of tackles. Perfect bounce for the Pumas. Where does their support come? Here it comes now. Another try of beckoning. Well. The youngster Hernandez coming through with a glorious run.
Well, you can get up out of your seats because this is a quality try. As they stole that ball, Piosek right around the outside of Pires. So the pop on the inside, wonderful work there from number 18 Albacete, and of course Joan Hernandez coming with the pace from behind, something which the Springboks are not doing. They're standing static, there's no pace. That is pace. Lovely work from the Pumas. Piosek did extremely well. What a classic inside out, lovely on the inside on the cover defense. Albacete did well. Notice how long they stay on their feet. and the speed from Jean-Martin Hernandez.
He did it last week, he's done it again, and the warning that was issued during the week to the Springboks about making first-time tackles has not been adhered to. Quesada with the conversion, so 7 points it is. As we just pick up on this Piosek, there you could see 3 tackles missed, but what lovely inventive play. Good bounce of the ball. Watch Hernandez at pace, gets past the first line of defense, and then you're not going to catch him. And Garth, so often today we've seen the Springboks, as Bob Skinstad enters the fray, we've seen the Springboks go onto the attack and then concede points on the other side of the field within a minute.
I wonder if they're going to reconsider their 3 points options that they took.
Play on! Hands up! Stay back, Green! No, stay!
Pumas controlling it at the ruck. Quesada staying in field from Peter Rousseau. Counter-attack time. Van der Westhuizen with him. Chip and chase. And he's taken it away. Peter Rousseau's got a chance. Can he get the pass in? Oh dear, it was knocked forward. The Springboks are going to kick themselves, surely.
Well, the Oracle might see it differently. I see it plainly. Test rugby is about taking your chances. If you don't get your chances, you're going to lose a test match. South Africa have had opportunities and at the moment have not taken them. Look at this. Peter Rousseau takes it. He drives up. He just had to lob it out to Jaco van der Westhuizen on his outside. He tried to go all the way himself. Failure.
Stay up, hands off!
Yeah, communication important there too. The Pumas should have been under a little bit more pressure than that, so they've recovered to outside their 22, courtesy of his boot, Quesada. Yeah, Golf, you made the point as well, as we see Rousseau take it through. Could he have passed a little earlier from there? Could he have just got that pass in, which might well have resulted in a try? When you're tackled from behind, it's not easy. Skinstad with the work in the line out. Seeing an awful amount of Selborne boom in this match since he's come on, and then Skinstad running off. Eventually things turning into a little bit of a mishmash for the Springboks right now. Van der Westhuizen. Davidson, can they spread it wide? They've got numbers now, and the Pumas haven't got men out here. Too many players running across the field. Wannenberg stayed on their feet long enough. Quick recycling needed. It's a little slow for Davidson. Matfield actually swamped by 3 or 4 Pumas.
Hands up! No, no, no!
Seems like the only way the Springboks might get a try now is with a drop goal. Skinstad caught behind the advantage line.
Forget. Okay, no problem. Yeah, your ball. Scrum. Rainbow.
Nigel Williams and Bobby Skinstad get to know each other a little bit better. As Nicholas Moranta holds on for dear life.
That's what's called using the ref as a decoy. So there's a few wounded. You can see 3 there in that last picture. Kricher's going to have some attention to that cut on his cheek. That is Lucas Ostilia.
At the moment there's more Pumas down than standing. Looks like a battlefield out there.
Well, there's a couple of supporters as well. We saw that fellow singing with great gusto their national anthem. I don't think there's too many of these Pumas that will want to leave the field, because if they can win this match, it'll be a very, very historic one for them. And their first. Brent Russell likely to make an entry, and they're going to put him in place of Peter Rousseau. So interesting decision. So many areas you could put him in. better get this game going again. There's a huge cheer as Brent Russell comes on for Peter Rousseau. So he'll officially be on the left wing, but you'll probably see him all over, won't you?
He's a real jack in the box, Brent Russell.
And there will also be a change from the Pumas in the meanwhile. They're going to bring on Federico Mendes, at least, for Mario Ledesma in the hooker position. There's Ledesma. And he's just waiting to get a decision. Well, he doesn't particularly want to leave the field, I guess.
Guys, can we make up our minds on the touchline, please? Who's coming on and who's coming off?
Some questions here for the Argentina Brains Trust in terms of who they take off and who they leave on.
This is actually a very good tactic by the Pumas management. All they're doing is slowing things down. The Springboks are building up momentum. They're under pressure. They've had a few injuries. They slowed things down and settled matters on the field.
That's Santiago Filan, who captained the team on Wednesday. There he is. Desperately now, the Springboks need points. Kun. Switch to Balbao.
Away tackle!
Kutsia.
Leave it, Blue! Leave it!
Certainly possession coming the way of the Springboks, but where are the gaps is the question.
Well, it wasn't the kindest pass. Just off the fingertips of Louis Kun.
Number 14, Blue.
Piosek, who scored one of those tries in the first half, has left the field. And I think probably Herman Sinilosa, I would imagine, has come on for him. There we go. Confirmation of that. The Pumas about 7 minutes away from history. Desperate time for the Springboks.
Accidental, but still got in the way of the green. Scrum.
Well, there's still some camaraderie out there. Camaraderie in the Pumas team. Nicholas Miranda.
I didn't know you scrummers were such friendly chaps. But of course, there's elation for that man because he knows they are so close. And again, there's the slowdown now. So I think you're right, Garth. They're just eating into the time. Federico Mendes is on, I think. Again, not a great scrum from the Springboks in a little bit of retreat.
We both. Don't pop up. Wait, gentlemen. Hold. Engage.
That's better through the hands there for Davidson. Davidson looking to go on his own sniping little break, half break rather.
Get away, Blue! Away, Blue!
Again it comes, Russell at fly off this time. Played back and wide, Bands.
Away, tackler!
Kun again. Skinstad through the hands. Robert's got it, inside it goes. And back comes Sinilosa. Well, they are playing for their lives, are these men from South America. There's no question about it.
Well, the lob pass should have really gone to Vandenberg right next to him. Little cross. It was a speculative pass on the inside and went against the Springboks.
Oh, knock on there from Blue, says the referee. So another chance for the Springboks. And I think at this point in time, Argentina are only concerned about defending. They're not worried about anything else. No one is going to breach their line of defence is their message. The Springboks have simply got to do it, and quickly. Skinstad at number 8. Which way to now? It's blue jerseys everywhere.
Stay up. Knock on green. Advantage, knock on.
Oh, there's a knock on again from the Springboks. Referee waits for advantage. There isn't any.
First knock on here by green. Scrum, blue ball.
Argentine pudding, protected at the back.
Release it.
Not for very long though by Longa. Miranda, Quesada. They know what they've got to do, and the message comes from the fly half. We've just got to hang on for a few more minutes. 4+ referees optional time. Difference of 9 points. South Africa have got to score twice. Davidson.
Away, tackler, get away!
Skinstad going up somewhat isolated, but Davidson's come away with it. Matfield.
Leave him alone!
We're seeing very little contesting of the ball on occasions as Argentina just stand back.
Get away,
Good work by Richard Bands.
Hands up! Hands up!
Which way now for Davidson? Back it comes, Kun. Jaco van der West stays in, couldn't get the pass through. Bobo waits. Davidson. Selborne Boom right up near him, and then Wannenberg. And fall in the right direction, so again the recycling is slow. But now they've got numbers. Brent Russell, surely he's going to get it. And runs to get it right under the uprights. Springboks' first try of the second half.
Well, Brent Russell, as always, comes on and brings the magic with him. Fantastic super sub that he is. I've seen it happen so many times before. A wonderful world-class sevens player. Look how he runs with the ball in both hands. Son of a good player. But it really was the relentless forward driving, the interplay between forwards and backs, and in the end, giving Brent Russell the opportunity to snipe over.
Well, he's given South Africa a little bit of life. Argentina are slow to come back to the halfway line. They've got another one of their players leaving the field with an injury. And just 2 points in it then, and not much time. Quesada restarting onto Matfield. Looked like he might have been hauled down. Then the Springboks now suddenly looking to run it with a little bit more passion. Here comes Russell again.
Away, Blue! Get away!
Stepped inside 2 tackles. It's all Springboks right now. And then just as we say that, the ball gets hoofed downfield.
Scrum!
Was that the last chance for the Springboks?
Well, how frustrating as Jaco van der West stays and goes for the big pass. I was deeply concerned because Verlan had run himself into a good position and looked for the interception. And I think personally unlucky that the ball went forward.
No. Crouch and hold. Engage. Middle.
Less than a minute left of ordinary playing time. Nicholas Miranda quite happy just to let things start and restart.
Crouch and hold. Hold. Engage. Stay.
Now the question is, what do they do with it? Possibly try and eat into that time. Is Davidson offside?
No, use it. Hands
Picked up by
hands up.
Longo. Quesada. And then just hoofed into the middle of the field. Was that a knock-on? Yes, says the referee. Matfield unable to field that ball.
Well, we spoke about the soccer skills. It was a shocker of a pass. Hoofed upfield, Ronaldo would be proud of that.
Engage.
Classic banana kick. Again held by Longo.
No, get outside.
Craig Davidson mustn't give away a penalty.
Now use it, use it.
Again, it's Longo with a pickup. He's controlled things well from the back of the scrum. Miranda over the top. Which way does it bounce?
Advantage.
Oh, the knock came from
Advantage.
Argentina. Couldn't get away with it. Now he has a chance. There's space here. Bobo. Marius Jabert. And then on to Russell. Back it comes, but again the Pumas get players in numbers to the point of breakdown. They're stretched across the field, as you can see. Skinstad. Through the hands it goes again. This is Wannenberg. He's got through a tackle. Straight on the touchline. Can they hold the big fellow off? Davidson waits. Will a penalty come? Referee waits. Was there a knock-on? There will be a penalty. Do you know what it'll be? Louis Cobb. Surely the last chance.
Well, I suppose the question, if you're a betting man right now, where would you put your money? And I've seen Louis Kuhn kick a ball from 60 metres out with everything to play for and put it over.
Depends on how much you're asking for. But Wannenberg did some fantastic work there. Desperate tackling by the Pumas.
Well, it's courageous play from the Springboks. They came from their 22. They ran it from everywhere. The interplay between the forwards and backs was outstanding, but it was that little swerve on the outside by Pedri Wannenberg and the pace that really told. Quesada with a great cover defence tackle as well.
This to win the match. He hasn't missed today. Will it go straight? Yes, it will. He's done it. Kuhn has won the test match for South Africa, but you have to feel very sorry for the men from Argentina.